question time again.
It's gone round quick.
It has.
Go for it.
Right. Can you remember some of the tapes that you had?
I can.
Cassette tapes.
When?
Nobody knows what they are. Well, our kids don't anyway.
Some of the earlier ones I had as a kid would have been one of the Now ones. So it would have been probably like Now 12 or something.
Yeah, now it's like Now 348.
And it would have had stuff like Bros on and things like that. Sonia, I remember having her.
Oh, Sonia.
Well, I didn't have Sonia. What's he saying? Probably fancied her.
Probably about it. I think every boy did.
She was the 80s.
That's Sam Fox, remember? Didn't like her. My brother did.
You do a video on that guy. Yeah, Michael Jackson, Off the Wall, which wasn't the one I wanted, but...
Well, what one did you want?
I think I was nagging people to do me copies of stuff like Bad and Thriller. We're talking on primary school age here.
Yeah.
So maybe year 5, year 4, year 5.
Yeah.
I nagged people, neighbours.
Stranger
who
in the
actually
street.
did me, in the end, the Thriller album.
Yeah.
I don't know how much I had to nag.
So how comes you ended up with Off the Wall?
I don't know. Because
Was you not specific about what one you wanted?
I don't know, maybe I wasn't as strong, but my mum got me Off the Wall. I don't know if that was the only reason that we drove into town, but we waited in the car.
Yeah.
But then it was this Off the Wall. I think I was craving what I'd heard, like Bad or Thriller.
Yeah.
But it is what it is. Still had a Michael Jackson tape.
Yeah.
I nagged, like I say, people for this, but it was just probably nagging people and they didn't want to do it. But I got that Thriller eventually. And then...
Yeah, but that was it back in the day, wasn't it? Having to record stuff off the radio or off your mates or whatever.
I had, for one Christmas as well, summertime, the Making of Thriller, Michael Jackson videotape. I watched that quite a lot. It shows you him making the video. Yeah. So it's quite cool. But then later on, or was it 92-ish time, whenever it came out, I got Dangerous for Christmas. Yeah. So that was the first, like, where you could say, Christmas
you really
Jackson
wanted
album.
that one, yeah.
And the cover was good, and it was, it was a good album.
So other tapes are in your collection then?
But as like young, it used to be that old thing of recording on your Get Blessed to the radio. Yeah. That's where it started.
Yeah, and stopping before the DJ spoke again.
Yeah, that sort of stuff, yeah.
So at the end of every song you'd have, and that was...
Yeah, on a Sunday afternoon. That's actually stuff I actually do quite a bit. Yeah. So it's true when people tell you that's how it was.
I used to do that. I'd have the radio in the kitchen and I'd be in the garden. And then I'd come running back in, like if I knew a song was at a certain number-ish, then you'd go running back in and wait for that song to be on.
But then I've got other things. I've got Brother Beyond album, I think it's called Trust. I enjoyed that at the time. What else? I think, Michael Jackson singles like Smooth Criminal. Yeah. There would have been various things. I think they were the main. Oh, yeah. And Freddie Mercury's solo album. I had that one Christmas. But I think a lot of it was the radio. Yeah. Trent D'Arby. Yeah. That was one. Yeah. Good album. Yeah. I found that out the other day on the CD that I bought. But yeah, then it was on tape. He was massive at that time. Yeah, I know. Had a bit of
liked him.
Bit of Bros as well. Yeah. But I think I was into like to listen to all the pop stars. Even like Kylie Minogue. And when you tape it off the radio. Yeah. You had it, didn't you? So it was,
until your tape got chewed up and.
There was always good pop songs then, I think. Yeah. So I think it was mainly the pop thing and. Obviously whatever was played in the car, your White Snakes like that. Bit of Def Leppard, till I wrecked the tape.
Oh no.
Yeah, because I tried to fast forward it and it chewed up.
Yeah.
So that was the end of that tape.
That's a heartbreaking sound though, isn't it, when you hear it get chewed up? Like, no!
I think I did that a few times, Carl.
Yeah. And with videos as well.
Yeah.
Mm.
It was my love for music.
Yeah.
I was always messing. I wanted the
You
song
wanted to
on.
hear it all the time, didn't you? You wanted to hear music all the time, like you do now.
Yeah.
You're an addict.
But obviously with tape, you wanted to get to your song, or it got to the end, you had to fast forward.
Yeah.
And I think I had a knack a few times of messing tapes, and then they were broke.
Yeah.
Because then, to replace that tape, I bought the single. Because it was my dad's tape, I bought him the single, Have You Ever Wanted Someone So Bad?
Yeah.
Or Needed Someone So Bad?
Yeah.
For Christmas. I couldn't afford the album
Yeah.
that I'd break.
Oh, that's
I
sweet.
bought the single.
Yeah.
It had 2 songs on it.
Yeah, but that's sweet though.
Yeah, I don't know how much you played it, but it wasn't the album, was it?
Well, it's still sweet, so we should have accepted that apology.
Yeah. But that's that story.
Yeah.
I can't totally remember Marking Mechanics quite a bit as well.
Yeah.
But that was class, that was pop then, when they were in the charts.
Well, you've still got some of those tapes floating around, haven't you? The kids like to look at them.
Yeah, I'm trying to... But I did then, as I got older, later, primary school into secondary school, then I was trying to listen to the tapes or get copies of them.
Yeah.
So it was all going about music, and it's been about music forever since.
Yeah.
But the love of music, was there early doors, wasn't it?
Yeah,
I
it's
can see
hindsight now, isn't it? Looking back, going, yeah, he was there from such a young age. Like if we look at Zach, to when he's dancing on our laps to Edge of Glory, and then obviously later on getting into his Slipknot and his guitar players and that. And so he was there straight away with him.
It can do you, isn't it? Can't it?
It can. It's very intense in this house sometimes with music. Especially now we've got Hendrix starting to sing and that. Obviously Russ Faith's big time into music as well. Zach is obsessed with his guitar playing and making his own albums and that. It's very...
Yes, I know what you mean. But obviously that led on then, those years, primary school, and I was listening to stuff like Chris Rea. Yeah. And that's where it all...
And then CDs came along and you had to replace all your tapes with CDs.
And then it probably bought a house in what I spent on CDs.
CDs, DVDs.
You could have told me Spotify was coming, man. I want to bother, man. I'll give you 30 quid for an album.
Yeah, but that's what kids don't have. Yeah, it's the good and the bad, isn't it? It's the good because they can go, yeah, I can listen to all this straight away.
I know.
But they don't have the thing of going, I'm waiting for this album to come out.
But I didn't treat them like gold.
No, you didn't. No, I know you didn't.
No, cases are broken.
You open up one of your CDs and 3 other CDs fall out of it, huh?
None of them the right one.
No. Especially in the car.
It's
terrible in the car.
It's like that Pink Floyd one that I found out the other day, it's 30 quid. HMV, it's got a £30 sticker on it.
Do you imagine if it added up the price of all the CDs? Just the CDs?
I think at the time I only worked at part-time at a pet shop.
Yeah.
So
but every penny of your money would have gone on that.
Have my mum's wage on this one album. I'll go and do another month. Come back for another.
Yeah, but looking at the value of money in that years ago, £30 for that is a lot.
What they can make them for, those were the good days for them.
Yeah.
So,
do you think that's the most you ever paid for a CD?
No, I don't really go there, I don't think.
Go on then, what were you? You remember?
I'd have to think. Definitely spent more.
Yeah.
Probably on some rarer ones. I have to answer that in another Q&E.
The most I ever spent was on the Illusion albums. It was £22 and I was visiting my nan and then acquiring a few pounds from her, and then I went to Music Zone in town and paid £22 for it.
Should have got it from HMV. 40 quid.
The Music Zone was cheaper. It was over the road from Virgin in Brum. When it was up the hill.
That's when you would have 5 music shops.
Yeah. Well, there was Virgin, I think there was like 2 HMVs, that Music Zone. Our price was still knocking around.
I know, because when I used to come, I used to spend ages, because they were massive shops.
Yeah.
those HMV Virgins.
Yeah.
Like 2 floors, 3 floors in Birmingham.
Yeah.
Oh, those were the days, Carl. Back in my day.
When we were young.
But yes, music, and it carries on. But I think that set a seed with a pop.
Yeah.
Like, loving pop music, which carried on to this day.
Yeah, but you wish, looking back, don't you, that you'd kept all those cassette tapes and CDs and that if you kept them in good condition, like to look back on them properly.
They are what they are now.
Yeah.
I can't be an anorak like that.
No.
Polishing my CDs every day.
No, you'll never be able to.
You're
not like that with guitars and that, are you?
Some people are, and I kind of see why. Yeah. You pay for these things, keep them nice, but I just wanted to play them, look at the book, see the lyrics and
Which acts a bit like, isn't it? Looking through the booklets and that loads.
But now, probably some of them, I wish I'd kept nicer. But I suppose it's another way it gets you to buy another copy.
Yeah, which you bought things multiple times, haven't you?
Oh dear, spent a lot of money. But anyway, Cal, when will I be famous, Cal? See you next time, guys. Bye.